What's up, everybody? My name is So Sincere. I'm an honorary nerd DJ member. I am also the next book editor for YoRaps.com, and I am a publicist. Full-time, that's what I do for a living, make money from. I work with 27 clients now, 21 officially, and 8 different states. We're going to try to keep this channel moving. I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves. When we get to hot topics and stuff, I'm going to ask everybody to try to keep it to about 30 seconds to a minute. Try to get right through it and get to the meat of the situation, and we'll go from there. Again, thanks everybody for coming to the Nerd DJs All-Star Conference.
How you doing out there? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. This is Crazy D from 20,003 Harvard Avenue, Crazy D's Music Palace. Come on out, I want you to bring all of your music out to my store. I'm interested in hearing it. I'm interested in promoting it and getting it out to the people in the streets. Also, we do a showcase every third Saturday up at the store. It's building, and let me say, keep on pushing your music because your words are going across the globe, and that's what makes hip hop great.
We're going to, I gotta say, first of all, a lot of people say that Cleveland and Ohio can't come together. This is proof right here that we can. We all from different areas, some of us never worked together. I know this is one of my first times ever meeting Souls, seeing Dreamlight, like, for real, like, this is a moment. People say that we can do it, and we all here. We're gonna talk about the artists and how hungry they are. A couple of points we're gonna talk about is the basic requirements and essentials for success. We're also gonna talk about delivering a solid promotional package and the use of the world to your fullest. How important is it when you get a CD, what's the first thing you notice, and are you the kind of people that would, if you get a package and it's not put together properly, you just don't even bother to listen to it?
Well, the first thing that I look for when an artist walks through my door is a little bit different than Shimmy because he's on a different end, okay? And probably more different than what some of the other people would say. When they come into my store, the first thing I look for is the person to be down to earth. It doesn't matter if they have a Sharpie, they have a CD with just Sharpie writing on it. I'm gonna pop it in and listen to it, okay? Because I'm saying, okay, there's 2 different ways that people are trying to go. And me and Sam Silk had this discussion, it's up on my website if people wanna go, we interviewed, and he talked about it. But for me, it's 2 ways that people are going. Either they're going to be a label, thus so they need all the posters and the fully done covers. But if you're looking to get a deal and your budget isn't like that to be fully think, then of course you're gonna come with a Sharpie because you want the label to do that. So that's where I come from. I say, okay, they want the label to do that, but if someone else comes in and they're fully packaged, I say, okay, you're going to be a label, you want to be an imprint, you just want to get a distribution deal. So for me, I listen to everything. I don't toss it out the window. I always thought, see, let me preface this. I know y'all gonna cut me out 30 seconds, but let me preface this by saying, I went to college, so I don't want to down anyone who went to college, right? But I think that people who are A&Rs, is just my opinion, who look at something and then they just toss it and say, I'm not gonna listen to it. They haven't been in the streets grinding with mixtapes. They haven't been doing that. So, you know, that's how I know the difference, because I'm not gonna toss anything. So that's my take on it.
I'm gonna ask all the panelists to keep their answers to about a minute, and I know it's gonna be hard when I say it in my mouth, but radio. A big thing that I've been saying lately to a lot of people is that if you're not BDS encoded, what is the point of being on the radio? BDS encoding is free. You can do it on the internet, but you might as well scream in the middle of a forest, because the nationals, if you're trying to get a deal and everything else, they're going to ask you how many times you've been spun, and you can't prove it. You can say I get spun every day, but I mean, you got to prove it with the numbers. For all of our panelists, we've all dealt with radio on a different level. How important right now do you feel radio is?
Radio was important, but it's not important anymore. I mean, to get your music out. Is it hip hop? Where did hip hop come from? So Well, my main point is this. So it started around the same, started in New York in 76. We go up a few years, Reagan cuts the music out of schools. One day, me and my wife talk about it all the time. One week, we were going to theory class. Next week, it was no more, nothing else said about it. And we said, okay, we're going to just grab 2 turntables and a microphone and put this on, make this happen. So what is it? Is it hip-hop? Are we worried about radio spins? Are we worried about being on TV? Or are we worried about feeding our families? This is hip-hop. Hip-hop music. Listen, one more thing before, but I know it's short. Let me say one more thing. From 1865, from when they freed the last slaves, to 1965, that was 100 years. 64, Johnson signs the Civil Rights Act. 65, we get the Voting Rights Act, so that we can walk around and be free. So from 1965 to 2008, when Obama was elected president, that's 43 years. 43 years of us having protection as citizens to become upwardly mobile and be able to do what we want to do. Live where we want to live with the 1968 Fair Housing Act, while white folks was moving out into the burbs to run away from us. But we were doing this. 43 years. We're living within 43 years right now. We're just been free 43 years without impediment. From 1865 to 1965, it was hell, Jim Crow, segregation. Once we got those laws to us, we were able to move and do this in just 43 years. Obama is one more thing. Obama is 48 years old. He was the president of the Harvard Law Review. He's 48. 73, I was born in 71. It was just 6 years later, I'm 6 years later coming onto this planet after we got the right to vote. There's nothing that we can't do in hip-hop music, all the people in the streets, everybody, white, black, Asian, you name it, there's nothing we can't do. We've been through 43 years. Just think what happens 150 years from now and another 150 years. We're going to be running this. So don't worry about radio.